as expected, is everybody's favorite Jiggy Jaguar.
Sigmund Freud. The master debater, the cunning linguist, the admirable iteration, yes.
Why do you do that? Why do you do that? None of that is cool. I don't understand. I give you a nice intro, and you have to go ahead with all of your terrible nicknames. What are you doing, Jiggy? What's going on?
Jignatius Jaguar. That's another one.
Why do I allow this? I have no idea, Jiggy.
Well, I had to call in and talk about my draw, and then
It's the draw. The draw, according to you. Now, all right. I want to preface this for people who are listening who do not know who you are, who maybe they've not.
They've been hiding under a rock. They've been hiding under a rock.
They've been hiding under a rock. Well, actually, since I'm pretty sure that's where you live, that's where you crawl out of, they actually would run into you there. But my buddy here, Jiggy Jaguar, for some unknown reason, decided to volunteer for some boxing match.
Yes.
And came on the show just a few weeks ago to talk about it. There is some video of it that you can find. In fact, if you go to YouTube and you look under the great title of Jiggy Jaguar Gets Beat Up, you can find it.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, and Jiggy gets into this ring, and he mixes it up for a minute, and then he gets belted and falls backwards. And
I took a bump.
Almost falls, I don't know, like your legs go all the way up over your head when you fell.
I took a bump, as they say in the professional wrestling business.
So wait, so let me ask, a part of me was thinking, like, when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, that's hilarious. And then I thought, wait, this is Jiggy. What if, all right, he got hit and he fell, but maybe he embellishes the fall just to embellish the fall.
Well, let me explain the whole thing.
Yes, and Jiggy, by the way, claims that they ended the fight after this happened. He gets up, the ref looks at him, says, all right, there's something wrong with this guy, more than we already know that there's something wrong with this guy. And then the fight is over. But Jiggy's going to tell us how it was a draw. Go ahead,
Yes,
Jiggy.
yes. Well, here's the situation. Going into this fight, yes. I hadn't had the greatest training camp, I guess, as you'd say. I'm used to when I go fight and I train, I go in there and I throw balls to the wall when I'm sparring. If you've ever seen any of my past sparring sessions and things on YouTube, I've given a few of my sparring partners a couple concussions, which is one reason why I can't get the one guy to spar with me anymore. But so I go to this training with Andy Zerger and them, and they're having me do drills, and then they're having me do sparring, but we can't hit anybody in the head. And I'm like, well, dude's going to hit me to the head. That's what's going to happen. And then I had...
So you didn't train to hit people in the head?
They wouldn't let me hit anybody in the head.
I understand this. All right.
So
you might look into a different trainer at this point.
Well, that's pretty much what should probably happen. But so we do this fight, and the day of the fight, there is so much circus going on in my world that day, and it's not supposed to be that big of a circus because it's a fight. Usually on fight day, I focus on, I don't know, fighting.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. Hang on. You say this as though there's some long history of you having fights. Is there some
have you
long
seen
history of your boxing where you say, all right,
have you
everyone
seen my
fight day.
boxing stuff on the YouTube? But so we had the Access annual board meeting that I went to, which
public access television,
public access TV, which they screwed me out of getting on the board.
Wait, you were only getting on the board so you could be a troll, weren't you?
Yes.
Okay, so you can't complain when they're on to you and then they don't let you on.
But they wouldn't let me on the board. And then we showed up to the...
Oh, I don't hear you.
What's up? I'm still here.
Okay,
that's what they say.
Yeah, you got to say that last
I'm
again.
still here.
Whatever you just said did not go through. Say that again.
Well, they didn't let me on the board, so then we end up going to this. Fight. Well, there's so much of a circus. I had to go make amends with Johnny Kim, the guy that owns the building. I had to go apologize to him after all the years of talking smack on him. But at least he admitted to me that he talked smack on me. So he was like,
and all right, go ahead. What else?
And then I didn't get my proper warm up, and then I was trying to find an actual person to work my corner, which was damn near impossible. Then by the time I finally got in the ring, I'm like, I got pasta in the car. I'd rather go be eating that. So we went to go have the fight, and I did this. What's up? I'm still here.
I don't hear Jiggy anymore.
I'm still here. Here. Right there.
All right, so, there you are. There you are. Last thing I heard was that you'd rather be eating pasta.
Yes, I'd rather be eating pasta. So we went ahead and we had the match, and I knocked a few punches down, and then the guy hit me, and I'm like, screw this. So I just took a bump, and then the referee who had been training with me doing some jiu-jitsu and stuff, he's like, "Oh, you're fine. You've taken harder shots than this in practice. Keep going." And I'm like, "Nope, I'm done." And he's like, "Okay." So he called it. But because it's a smoker fight and they don't go on your record and there are no winners and losers, it was deemed a draw.
Oh, my God. This is the most pathetic thing I've ever heard. You're going to go around telling people that it was a draw? Like, hey, guess what? It was a draw. Like, you're proudly proclaiming this.
It's a draw.
This is exactly the kind of behavior I would expect out of you, actually. I would say that I was disappointed of anybody else, but of you, this is exactly how I expect you to react, Jiggy.
Yes.
To go around bragging about a draw where you got knocked down.
It's a draw, ladies and gentlemen. It's a draw.
Now, does this mean you're going to have some sort of a rematch, or you're going to do something else?
I thought about maybe doing something else because I did invest in a Mankini that I never got a chance to wear to the weigh-in. And I even shaved my bum for it and everything. So I was.
People should. All right. So people who have never seen Jiggy should know he sounds about as good as he looks. Or I'm sorry, he looks about as good as he sounds.
Yes, indeed.
Either way. Yeah.
He sounds about as good as he looks. Yes.
So what would you wait? Do you have an idea for the Mankini? Should I even ask?
Well, what I was going to do was basically my whole, I guess you would, if you want to refer to it as a boxing career, my entire boxing career has been meant to make fun of people who take this sport very seriously.
Well, that sounds like you. Okay. Yes. That sounds perfect, in fact.
Because all of my old Boxa Buddy matches, I used to when I found out that the crowd determined the winner, I immediately would come out and cut a promo on the crowd and get them to hate me.
So I'm sure that wasn't very difficult for you.
No. And then, like with this, I thought we were going to do a big weigh-in because they had said, "Oh, we're going to do these weigh-ins. You need to be at the building at 5. We're going to do these weigh-ins." And so I've been to a few of these with some of the MMA events and things. These guys get up there and they reduce down to shorts, and then they, weigh in, and then they flex or they hold their hands up like they're punching or whatever. So my goal was to wear the Mankini, and then I was going to blow a kiss to my opponent. And I was going to make a mockery of this because all these guys, are all testosterone fueled and they're all ready to go and they're all going to kill each other. And
yes.
My goal was to make a mockery of the whole thing. But
all right. So basically, it sounds like the only mockery that happened was on you.
Yes.
Nothing went the way you wanted it to.
No, nothing.
The people.
I did get my pasta. And at the end of the night, I did have one of the most entertaining entrances because I had a pink cowboy hat on that lit up that had my name on it, and I wore a leopard print jacket from Japan that I bought. So
I see. Did you ever think about wearing the Mankini over the shorts?
I thought about it, but I'm afraid that Athletic Commission wouldn't have let me do it.
I can't hear you again.
Athletic Commission wouldn't have let me do it. Are
they
you
wouldn't
still
let
there
you do
now?
it?
They wouldn't let me do it.
Yeah.
Athletic Commission said no.
Okay. All right, so you're done with boxing.
But yeah, I'm kind of done with boxing. There's this weird guy on the internet who said that he can supposedly get me a gig with the Genesis Communications Network, and I said, okay, well, if you can get me,
Wait a second. That
would be great.
All right, so
I'll go hawk supplements like Alex Jones.
Yes. This is a radio company of sorts that, they broadcast on AMs and FMs, and
yes,
and yes, yes, you will be hawking all kinds of supplements and weird products to a certain group of Americana.
That would be fantastic.
And what is the story with you in Salem?
Well, supposedly, there's this guy that I know online who said he could get me a gig with him. So.
Yes, and?
Well, I said, well, if you can get me a gig, let's go. I'll jump in there and do the bad thing. I'll jump off the good foot and do the bad thing. Let's go.
All right, now let's just say that they put you on the air. Let's go ahead and presume this because it's fun.
That would be awesome.
Right, that would. Maybe they'd put you in the studio right next to Alex Jones.
That would be fantastic. He's kind of one of my heroes. So that would
what a surprise! Yes, he's one of your heroes, but not really for the reason he'd want to be your hero. I think
him and Mancow out of Chicago. Those are my heroes.
Mancow, is he still around?
yes. Mancow is still around. Another one of my heroes is the Grease Man, but he's not around anymore.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
He's the guy that was in Washington D.C. after Howard Stern left, and what
is with the audio dropping out all the time?
I don't know.
What is happening?
I don't know what's going on there.
All right. Who knows? Maybe it's on my end.
Okay.
All right. So
the Grease Man was a guy who said on Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday, "Why don't we shoot 4 more and take the whole week off?"
Oh, I'm sure that was wonderful for the
Then
career.
he had to go around and apologize at black radio stations. It was hilarious.
Oh, of course he did. What an idiot. This is also one of your heroes.
Well, okay.
It just says everything that we need to know about
There
Jiggy.
we go, yes.
Yes. All right, so let's just say you end up over on Genesis. Let's just pretend. Because even though Genesis is a cuckoo bananas company, or at least they're an intelligent company and they just like to put out cuckoo bananas content. They say, well, look, this Jiggy, look at this guy. He's a total wacko. Let's put him on the air.
Let's put him in there.
How many shows do you do before you screw it up?
I would say 2.
That's what I want to know. I'm going to pose that question to you.
2. 2.
2. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You know, I tell you, every time you tell me one of these things, I always have that little bet in my head. What's the over-under before you screw it up? And I always give you more credit. I always think, 2 months.
No.
But no, you're
I'm
probably right.
Say 2.
I think a week may be too long. You think you're right.
Yes. Because it was that way when I was at Stuckline Communications. I only did 2 shows before it was done.
Yeah, that's all right. That sounds about right. All right. So is there anything else that you've got to share with us tonight there, Mr. Jaguar?
Well, I happened to notice today they had these Justice League trailers. What do you think of these teasers for this movie? I'm not excited at all because I hate Justice League. But
I'll tell you what. I have not seen them. I have seen them online, but I was not compelled to click on them. Let's go ahead and put it that way.
Yes.
So,
I feel
eventually
the exact same way.
I will see them, and I will probably shrug my shoulders and be a little indifferent. And here's what I think: Justice League will come out, and geeks will hate it. They're gonna hate it. They're gonna just destroy it. Think it's terrible. I'll watch it, and I'll probably feel indifferent about it. I'll be like, yeah, okay. I will not hate it, but I probably will not like it.
Well, I like that Logan movie. I went and seen that twice. It was a good movie.
Logan was great. Logan was a nice, great, gritty finale there at the end. I liked it. Yes, good times over there.
Now, let's see. What else? There's a rumor there's going to be a Venom movie. What is this about? Who's this Venom character?
You don't know who Venom is?
No. Is it like Vic Venom or like the guy from had the Guy Fawkes mask? You know that guy? Or V for Vendetta? Is that him?
No, Venom is the Spider-Man character. You know, the alien costume. You know. Did you see Spider-Man 3?
No.
Okay.
The last,
if you've seen it,
I seen a Spider. I seen the original Spider-Man movie, and then I seen some cartoon about Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Wow. Okay.
That thing.
I have a question for you. That someone just typed this to me. I kid you not.
Yes.
Is Jiggy going to keep the nickname Butterbean 2?
Butterbean 2. Oh my God. Butterbean Dose. I could wear a Mexican hat and a wrestling mask.
Well, I know you've got the sombrero, so
yes,
that works for you.
I could be Butterbean 2. That is awesome.
It was kind of a Butterbean resemblance.
It was kind of a return of Butterbean, yes. but I don't think Butterbean did deadlifts. I kind of did some deadlifts before this, so. Yeah,
but Butterbean also, he actually won a fight or two.
Well,
I recall.
That too. He was the bean. He was the Butterbean.
Yeah. Yeah, so would you rather won a couple of fights or done a couple of deadlifts? Where would you rather be?
At this point, probably the deadlifts.
All right, where I would expect you to be there, Jimmy. Right where I would expect you to be.
Butterbean 2. That is awesome.
Yes. Yeah, well, there was somebody on the video calling you Butterbean. I do remember that.
Yes. I believe that was Big Will.
All right, so it seemed like, and I should say, it seemed like a lot of people were very happy.
Oh, my God. I'm sure there were parties thrown.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. People were so happy to see me defeated.
Yeah. Was that okay for you?
It's par for the course, Dan.
Okay. You're just used to it.
It's par for the course.
All right. You got anything else for me today, Jiggy?
No, that's about it. Unless you've got some mind altering questions to ask me or anything.
All right. Do you have any other wacky endeavor you would like to share before you get out of here?
Well, not really. Besides, I may try to sue to get on that board at Access. I don't know.
To the public access station, you're going to sue to get on a public access station?
Yes.
Because it's access to the public except you.
That's right. And
your only purpose to get on there is to just be a troll and screw it up.
Well, that too.
Yeah, all right. Get out of here, Jimmy. Just go. Goodbye.